sea change in the commitment we've seen from the Pakistani government. We want more. We expect more. We've made it very clear that if, heaven forbid, an attack like this that we can trace back to Pakistan were to have been successful, there would be very severe consequences.
What do you mean exactly by that?
I think I'll let that speak for itself.
Well, that was Secretary Hillary Clinton on 60 Minutes questioning the Pakistani commitment to ending terrorism after the foiled terror plot in Times Square by Pakistani-American Faisal Shahzad. Many are questioning, while the response by the authorities was rapid, are they also adding to public alarm by overreacting? Liberal radio host Leslie Marshall joins us. I don't know, Leslie, who cares? I mean, let's overreact and be safe, right?
No, Eric. I seem to remember a little thing called the Holocaust in which 12 million people died. That's where overreacting can become a slippery slope or a Pandora's box. What I do want is overreaction in preventative measures before the fact. One of the things that I'm unhappy with my fellow country people in government about is we're so quick to judge, drop bombs, have our knee jerk out and react after the fact. We need to be more preventative. We also need to accept certain amounts of responsibility. Although trained allegedly with the Pakistani Taliban in Pakistan, this individual is an American citizen, has been living in our country, etc. So we can't just say to another country, because honestly, if you said that to our country, guys, I mean, how many bad guys are living within our own borders, whatever label you want to give them? We have a numerous amount of extremist organizations who hate our country or hate somebody else, whether they're white and hate somebody black, whether they hate somebody Jewish, the list goes on and on.
Let's be careful not to offend them and just wait till they do something and then prosecute them.
No, I'm not talking about offense. I'm talking about, and I love Madam Secretary Clinton. I wanted her to be my president. I have a girl crush on her to a degree. I have great admiration and respect. However, I don't agree that we make such a statement. First of all, Pakistan is working within the United States, and believe me, having lived in Pakistan, I lived in Karachi in 2007. The Pakistani people are more afraid of those terrorists than we are because they're down the street from them. Their children are closer to being harmed by them.
Leslie, on that note, I mean, you know, maybe the reason why we are so safe here is because we are doing a good job. The New York PD, the government itself. I hate to give the Republican-Democrat regime any credit, but let's face it, it is much safer to be in New York City than in Pakistan.
I honestly don't think, and I know you're going to say, oh my God, she said this. I don't think it comes down to really just the simplistic vision of partisan politics, Democrat or Republican. I think it comes down to our own ideology and our own knowledge. And if our knowledge is just whether it's in Arizona with immigration or whether it's looking at the country of Pakistan, immigrants from certain countries through an airport at TSA, etc., if we're just using a broad, sweeping paintbrush and saying, okay, somebody tried to bomb us with a shoe, take off your shoes, etc., we're missing the mark. Every expert in the United States and throughout the world has said a specific terrorist profile is necessary in a preventative measure in the United States and throughout every country in the world. We can't expect, if we can't find Osama bin Laden, how do we expect Pakistan to find every Taliban member and every group, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, etc., in Pakistan and infiltrate those groups when, even though we're giving them money, they don't have the money we do. Even though we're helping them with weapons, they don't have the weapons. And bottom line, guys, they don't have the military that we have.
Well, Leslie, one of the things, we were just talking about a few minutes ago, it's the, the profiling. We do have a profile of people from Pakistan, of Muslims. It's that delicate balance. And I know you have a personal relationship, personal stake in all of this as well. You can tell our viewers about that. I mean, we do want to stop illegal immigration. We do want to stop these people from leaving bombs in Times Square. But there's that fine line between this guy being an American citizen, me being an American citizen, and having civil rights in this country as an American.
Well, I don't think there's a fine line. I think there are people in this country legally and illegally who are bad guys. Unfortunately, my experience having lived in other countries and having traveled the world and the people that I talk to and meet through radio, television, etc., most people, 99.9% are good and want the same thing. They complain about the weather, they want a safer world for their children, and they all want to make more money. But 1%, the Osama bin Ladens, 1% are in a bad way and can connect with bad people, and those are the people we have to focus on. To just say anybody born in Pakistan or anybody with brown skin is a very slippery slope, and history has proven that in this country and throughout the world.
Yeah. All right, Leslie, thank you so much for joining us with your viewpoints.
Thank you, Les.
Good to see you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, on tap on